Thank you. I'll now recognize myself for 5 minutes. Mr. Shalansky, I want to start with you. On March 3rd, 2015, our colleague here, Mr. Meadows of North Carolina, asked you some questions regarding the waters of the United States and made a request for documents, correct?
I believe that is correct, yes.
May 12th, 2015, the committee issued you a letter requesting information regarding the waters of the United States, correct?
I believe that is correct, yes.
On July 14th, 2015, I issued a subpoena from this committee to you and the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, correct?
Yes, sir.
You received that subpoena, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand the subpoena?
Yes, sir.
Was there any ambiguity about the subpoena?
It was a very broad subpoena, but I understood the subpoena.
This subpoena right here was one sentence, essentially, in terms of the schedule. All documents and communications referring or relating to the Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Department of Army rule defining the scope of the waters protected under the Clean Water Act. Is there anything that you didn't understand about that?
No, sir.
What percentage of the documents in your agency have been provided to this committee?
I don't know what the exact percentage is, in part because the subpoena goes back 9 years to June of 2006. And so I don't know what the full volume of documents ultimately would be. I do know that we have turned over a large number of documents that we have prioritized the review of pursuant to counsel from your staff.
Why should we settle for anything less than 100%?
We agree that you should receive the information that you need for your oversight review, and that is why we have continued to review and work through our documents as quickly as we can in response to your
Do you believe we should get 100% of the documents?
I believe you should get all of the documents that are responsive to your request.
Do you believe we should get 100% of the documents?
Without knowing what the documents are, sir, without knowing what we're looking for, a lot of the documents we've reviewed are non-responsive. A lot of them contain other kinds of information. I believe you should get all the information you need for your oversight, and that is why we continue to work with your staff and to follow their counsel until they are satisfied.
You are under obligation to the subpoena, correct?
Yes.
Why have you not given us 100% of the documents?
We have been very responsive. I should
No, that's not the question. Responsiveness, from my viewpoint, on a subpoena that was issued in July of 2015, would be give us 100% of the documents. Let me ask you another way. What do you think the United States Congress should not see?
To date, we have turned over our documents without redaction, and we've not withheld any documents that we've reviewed.
So have you given us 100% of the documents?
Of the documents that we have reviewed that are responsive to your subpoena, we have produced those to the committee.
Have you given us 100% of the documents?
Our review is ongoing, sir.
Why?
Because it takes time to review the documents. The subpoena is...
How much time does it take?
All of the documents need to be read. We need to make sure that they're responsive.
But what are you redacting? Name a single thing that the United States Congress should not see in those documents.
At this point, our documents that we have turned over have been unredacted.
It's the ones you haven't turned over that I'm most worried about.
Well,
what are you hiding? What are you hiding? Why does it take 2 hearings, a subpoena, letters, requests, and you still are non-responsive?
We are not non-responsive, sir. We have turned over, since the last hearing, we've turned over roughly 1,500 additional...
I want to know what percentage. I want to know what percentage.
Because our review is ongoing, because we have prioritized the review of documents that your staff has advised us to prioritize...
No. Let me make this real clear. I want 100% of the documents. That's what's in the subpoena. What documents in your possession did you not give us?
We have not finished reviewing all of the 9 years covered by the subpoena, sir. So there are going to be documents that continue to be produced to the committee as we complete that review.
How many people are reviewing these materials?
I think roughly half a dozen people are involved with the review.
Who are those people? Name them.
They would include our Office of General Counsel.
No, I want their names.
I believe that they include Ilana Cohen, our General Counsel, Charles Luftig, our Deputy General Counsel, I'm not sure of the names of all of their staff that are working with them on this. So it would include our Office of Legislative Affairs.
Have you provided documents to others in the government that you have not provided to Congress?
My understanding is we are working with your committee and making the productions to you here in Congress.
Have you provided 100% of what's in your possession to the United States Congress?
As we review, we've withheld nothing.
Mr. Sclancy, I'm on the verge of recommending and pushing forward a contempt citation on you personally. And so I want to know, I'm trying to give you every opportunity, it's a second hearing. Why should we not hold you in contempt of Congress?
You should not hold me in contempt of Congress because we have been responsive to this. We were on our third production of documents prior to receiving your subpoena. After
That was in July of 2015.
Right, and we have already acknowledged that after receiving the subpoena, we were slow, but then we had 2 document productions in December. And most of the production of documents that we have provided to you, sir, are non-public documents. They consist of the communications that your staff asked us to prioritize. Communications between the OIRA officials reviewing the rule and agency staff during the proposed rule phase, and we have moved forward with that. To date,
Who is, I got to wrap up here. Vlad Dorjets, who's he?
Vlad Dorjets is a desk officer within OIRA who worked on the final.
If we call him in for a transcribed interview, will you make him available?
I understand that that discussion is ongoing between my staff and yours.
You're the administrator. You're the head of the office. What are you or are you not? Because I'll issue a subpoena. So tell me right now, what are we going to do?
We will make available to you and the committee, Mr. Chairman, all of the witnesses that you need for your oversight purposes.
Courtney Higgins?
Ms. Higgins is also a desk officer.
Stuart Levenbach?
He is also a desk officer.
Amanda Thomas?
She's an analyst in our office.
How many people in your office?
We have about just under 50.
And how many people have been touching these documents?
Within my office, within OIRA itself,
Yes.
within OIRA itself, everybody who was involved with the rule would be contributing to the effort.
I'm just asking, how many people is that?
You know, I don't really know. I would guess 5 or 6.
See, this is you're in the second hearing within a month. You're going to be setting records here, Mr. Schlansky. Our request was pretty simple, and it was a long time ago. You're leaving us with no other choices. Because when we issue a subpoena, it's not a suggestion. It's not a, hey, let's start the review process. It's a demand, it's a compulsion to provide the documents that are in your possession, and you fail to do that, you fail to recognize how important it is, and you are failing to live up to the obligations, your fiduciary responsibility to comply with that subpoena. My time is well expired. Now I'll go to Mr. Conley of Virginia. Recognize him for 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.